But I ran across this story. And it was really interesting. It took self-improvement to a whole nother level. How many of y'all have heard about leg lengthening surgery? How many of y'all have heard about leg lengthening surgery? Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to be reading that shortly. I always read all of the super chats. How many people have heard about leg lengthening surgery? This is really becoming a thing. I thought guys putting on fake beards was a thing. Seriously. And now we getting on the guys because we've always had conversations about the ladies and we've held the ladies accountable for the BBLs, and y'all don't even know what the difference is between fake and real anymore. And so it's similar when we having these conversations. It's similar when we having these conversations about when you ask, well, what is to be pro-black? And then everybody got a different answer. If we ask different people, what do you consider natural with women? They'll say, well, natural is, shout out to Tristan Smith. I'm definitely going to be reading that super chat shortly. If you ask what's natural among women, they're going to say, well, natural is just my hair. You know, I might want to press it. I might want to curl it and all of that stuff. But to a small demographic of people, natural may be just you got your own real stuff, right? You ain't got no pieces in your head, no wigs. You're not over here lying, talking about, but you know what I'm saying? It preserves my real hair. It protects my real hair. Well, what's the point of having real hair if you always going to have a wig on? Neither here nor there, right? So to some people, it just means your real stuff, but then you do whatever it is that you want to do to it in order to make it nice. To Umar Johnson types, he just wants you to have whatever it is that you woke up with that day, apparently, right? No color, no combs, no nothing. You just go up with a brush, and however you wake up that day, that's what natural is to a bunch of other people. So we've been having conversations about what men want and what they desire from women for a long time. Clearly, a lot of guys are very, very much not interested in BBLs. They may deal with you, they may bust you down, but it's not necessarily the woman that they want to marry or have their children, right? And so we've had that conversation for a long time. But then somebody sent this to me, and I've actually been monitoring this with a lot of people, but I didn't know that it was starting to affect what was going on in black people. The one thing I know about black people and black culture is, boy, when they find something that's culturally different or they see somebody that's innovating it, they will go all the way over to the end of the earth in order to find what they want. Passport bros, they gonna go and find them a wife. If you can't afford to get your teeth done here in the United States and America, you're gonna go over to another country. You're gonna go to Turkey, right? Indonesia. I don't know where y'all be going. If you can't go over and get your BBLs and your breasts done, you're gonna go down to Mexico, right? I see guys, they got wigs on nowadays and they got toupees and they getting it lined up and it look real. It look real. It look real. But this is something that I've seen, never paid attention to, never had a conversation about. But now men are starting to go and get leg lengthening surgery. Let me share with you this video and then I'm going to get y'all thoughts and then we're going to go from there.
How much did this procedure cost?
So in the States, it's...
You went to Turkey, right?
Yeah, I chose to go to Turkey because it's much better there. In the States, it's like $150,000 for both, like to do both. In Turkey, for both together, it was like $81,000.
Okay, so let's stop there. I'm going to start it from the beginning and I'm going to play it, but I just want to add the context. When somebody says it's better there, so for example, he said that here it would have cost him $150,000 for 2 leg lengthening surgeries. So let's just say, for example, it cost him $75,000 per 3 inches. That sounds wild, don't it? If you apply it to something else, I'm sure a lot of guys will probably spend it. Shout out to my Europeans out there that need that leg lengthening surgery. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. We're not cursing. We just chilling. We just having a good time right now. We're going to deep dive into the live stream today. We got a lot to get to. We got jobs. We got people going broke, unemployment. We got the Philly police commissioner, the woman that quit because she said she tired of Kensington Street. We got a lot to go over. It's violence in Atlanta and Detroit that we need to get to. But listen, he said that it would have costed him $75,000. Wow. To gain about 3 inches, and he's had 2 leg lengthening surgeries. 2 leg lengthening surgeries. And he was able to get a discount. Instead of paying $75,000, he paid $40,000 over in Turkey for 2 of them. And so he spent roughly $80,000 for 2 leg lengthening surgeries, which would have cost him $150,000 over here in the United States of America. Let me rewind it for you a little bit because I want you to deep dive into this. Let's not go nowhere. Let's get into it, y'all.
So in the States, it's...
You went to Turkey, right?
Yeah, I chose to go to Turkey because it's much better there. In the States, it's like $150,000 for both, like to do both. In Turkey, for both together, it was like $81,000.
$81,000?
Yeah.
$81,000. You don't think you could have bought something else to make people be like, yo, I'm fucking with him, to make you feel confident?
It wasn't about them. It was about me. It was
about
about
you?
the way I
Period.
saw myself. Yeah, I don't care how other people see.
Did you see yourself short?
I did. I saw myself as a small man, even though I would put on a lot of weight while I was in the
To say I saw myself as a small man is a wild statement. I ain't even going to lie to you. To say I saw myself as a small man is wild. But I get it. It's a lot of people that have a lot of confidence issues, and that's one of the issues that I see amongst men in a lot of instances. He said, listen, I went over there and I did it for me. I call cap. I call super cap. Man, listen, it might have been another guy that I was looking at or something like that as far as what their story was, or somebody sent this to me a little while ago. But I can vaguely remember, do not tie me to it, do not quote me on it. I'm just thinking that it's possibility that I did see him say that he had confidence issues with women, with how women perceived him, how he was treated, how he was talked to, so on and so forth. Now he's sitting over there with the long legs. He was 5'5", 5'6", 5'5", 5'6". Now he's 6 feet tall. He done got his confidence up. He don't play video games no more. He live streaming. He got his shirt off. He got the 50 Cent G-Unit wife beater on a regular basis. I went over into his TikTok. He wear the 50 Cent G-Unit wife beater t-shirt on. He got tattoos everywhere. Got a chain on nowadays. In the gym on a regular day. I'm conflicted. I'm going to tell you why I'm conflicted. Don't worry about it. We going to get into it. He know how to enunciate. He know how to pronounce his words correctly all of a sudden. He got the dread head. He over here living his life. Okay, so hold on. Let's back up. Let me rewind it a little bit for the people that just came in. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Please don't make me go over to a Teach commercial. I'm going to replay it. He spent 81 bands over in Turkey to get his legs lengthened twice. So he went from 5'6" probably to 5'9", from 5'9" over to 6 feet. So now he's 6 feet tall.
$1,000?
Yeah.
$81,000. You don't think you could have bought something else to make people be like, yo, I'm fucking with him, to make you feel confident?
It wasn't about them. It was about me.
It was about
the way
Period.
I saw myself. Yeah, I don't care how other people see.
Did you see yourself short?
I did. I saw myself as a small man. Even though I would put on a lot of weight while I was in the military, I still saw myself as a small man. I hated it.
Do you know the average height in the United States?
5'9".
It's 5'7", I think.
It's 5'9".
It's 5'9".
It's
I'm sure you
5'9".
know. I'm not going to.
So the average height of men in the United States of America is 5'9". That is an accurate statement. I've heard it before. I think that he's absolutely right. I wouldn't argue with him. I'm sure he's done his research. The average height for a man, shout out to Bino Co. I'm going to be reading all of these super chats shortly. Thank you for supporting the platform. The average height for a man in the United States of America at this point is 5'9". It's 5'9".
Question you. I'm sure he researched
It's
it.
5'9".
Mm-hmm.
So, and you went, what's your height now?
6 foot.
You pretty decent, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you pretty tall, bro. Like, when I seen you outside of this, and I was like, yo, you pretty good height.
The funny thing is I almost went for a third surgery until I
Hey, you see how he was smiling when the dude said that he was tall, that you were pretty decent height? He hit him with he did him with these. He hit him with the pearly whites after he said that you were pretty decent height. Let me continue.
saw how tall I was after the second one. After the first surgery, I was like 5'9.5".
Okay, explain to us how this.
And he was about to go for a third surgery. He said, I wanted to be 6'3", 6'4". I wanted to go ahead and try to make my way into the NBA. He said I almost went for a third surgery to go ahead and hit that 6'3", 6'4" mark and go ahead and make sure that I made it into the NBA.
Limb lengthening thing works? So is it like a little rod that just could keep stretching if you wanted it to, or what?
Not technically, but not exactly, because your body has limitations. So basically what happens is they break the bone, they put a rod in the bone, and then they put a device outside the leg that connects to the rod in your leg.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, the question that I have for you guys, because listen, I'm going to just tell you, and anybody that's ever met me in person, I'm a tall 5'7". Y'all see me in the streets, I always either got my girl with me or a fleet with me. Somebody is with me all day long. I stay strapped up. Anybody that's ever met me, I done flew to every last one of y'all cities. We done had Miami meetups, New Year's Eve, Washington, D.C., L.A., New York, multiple different times, back-to-back New York, Vegas, D.C. I'm going to be in D.C. in October. I'm a tall 5'7", meaning that when you see me in person, you're going to be like, oh, man, they said that you was 5'1". I'm a tall 5'7". Third leg is crazy. But here's the thing, honestly, real talk. It's your confidence. It's your confidence. Seriously, real talk. I see guys hunched over like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. AB 6 feet, 6'1", gumpy, don't have no confidence, ain't had a haircut, breath is stinking, got a rotten tooth on the left side. Ain't got confidence in the world. I done been around dudes all my life that has pulled baddies all day long. Ain't never had no problems at all. Why don't y'all control the controllables and focus on the things that you can change and the things that level up? Brush your teeth. Go get a haircut. Keep fresh. Smell good. You know what I'm saying? Dress nice. Get your money up. Focus on how to be great. But I can't even lie to you. It's very difficult for me to hold this man accountable and say that it's something wrong with what he did, not because I wouldn't do it, but because that kind of is the social norm. That is the social norm. The social norm now is, how can we then hold men accountable for having leg lengtheners? Now, I don't know if he can run fast. I don't know if he's able to stand up. I don't know what happens if you ever break a leg or something like that. But I'm just going to be real with you, bro. Like, I could never, ever, ever see myself ever being out and laid up with rods in my legs outside of something that's happened tragically where my legs got broken and now I got to repair it to where they got to actually put rods in my legs in order for me to ever walk again. I just can't see it. But it's very difficult for me to say anything about him when a lot of these guys don't have the confidence. They're never going to get the confidence. If that's the thing that then got him to the space where he's mentally feeling good about himself, how can I hold him accountable when all this time these women is literally tricking you? Yo, I was driving down the street Labor Day weekend. It was me and Rita. And Rita looked over and she said, ain't no way in the world that girl's eyelashes is supposed to be that big to where you can see them from this distance. Her eyelashes to where she turned to the side and her eyelashes was protruding past her face. It's hard for me to hold this man accountable when everything that he's dealing with is fake nowadays. It's nothing real anymore. Makeup isn't something that enhances anymore for women. Makeup is something that is an entirely different, it changes these chicks into an entirely different person and persona. That's not the real her. That's not the real her. Eyelashes, BBLs. I've even heard that chicks is like contouring their chest to make it more protruding or something like that. How can I hold him accountable when everything that he's probably dealing with is the same thing that he went and did? It's hard. It's hard for me to hold him accountable. All I would say is this. This is my main message. I just wanted to share this with y'all in order to get y'all opinion. Have confidence in who you are and how you rock. Whatever that is. Control the things that you can control about yourself. Fix whatever it is that you can fix about yourself. And don't necessarily jump off the bridge with trying to impress other people, because at the end of the day, you still got to lay down with you, when you still going to have to you're going to go into that grave by yourself. You came into this world by yourself. You need to have confidence in yourself, because it's going to translate in everything you do. It's going to translate in your job. It's going to translate into what you do socially. It's going to translate into how it is that you perform in bed. It's going to translate into everything that you want. If you paying 81 bands or 150 bands for some cat, I could have got that for you at a discount, big dog. You could have kept 80 of the 81,000. I would have got you some of that. I could have flipped that over to you with this little baddie that I know. She would have did it for the clout. She would have did it for free. If you spending 80 to 150,000, wow. And I don't know what these dudes is doing for a living. Where are y'all getting 150 bands at to go and get y'all leg lengthening surgery? And you about to get it third time. How much money is these people making? What do they do for a living? I'm always curious as to what people do for a living that be spending all of this money. Are they doing Afterpay? Are they doing Klarna for us broke folk over here? Are they doing Afterpay, Klarna, PPP loans? What is going on? What is happening out here in these streets to where people is getting all of this money to go and spend 80 bands in what is going on? Where are y'all getting all of this money from? Real Estate Jones said, take them down where we're here, be good. 8 Mile, Livernois. I mean, not even 8 Mile, Livernois. My bad. Wrong area. That's the good area. 8 Mile and Woodward. We get you straight over there on 8 Mile and Woodward. Gratiot, Mac, Martin Luther King Boulevard. You know you can't go to no Martin Luther King in no urban city without it being toe up. You know y'all don't love Martin Luther King. Martin Luther the King Street. I get you straight. If you trying to do it for a woman in order to impress these chicks so you can go and spend some more money on her at Roof Chris, you ain't even got to do all of that, fam. We could save you a lot of money. So I'm just always curious as to where these dudes is getting all of this money. Why y'all don't have no confidence? Who told y'all that y'all wasn't worthy or that y'all wasn't gonna be good when y'all grow up? Why do y'all be out here so feeling so bad about yourself? I don't know what's happening out here in these streets, but unless you got a medical emergency or something like that, I just can't see myself ever doing something like this. But neither here nor there. Who am I to judge? I'm turning a new leaf. Who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying?